Hello, this is Lori from the Law Office of Lori Vella, and I wanted to talk to everyone today about healthcare documents because we are in this crazy pandemic right now, and I think a lot of people need them. So I want to talk to you about the things that I think you need and explain a little bit more what they are so you don't have any questions. A lot of people call me saying they need a living will, and when they say that, they don't mean a living will. What they mean is a last will and testament. So that's a big confusing area. And I'm going to link a blog below, which is called, let me check it, 4 Estate Planning Terms to Stop Confusing. Because I think if you read that, you'll understand a little bit more about what these documents are. So therefore you'll know what you need, and then you can reach out to someone and ask them how you obtain it. So one of the documents I think you need right now, always you need it, but you really need it right now, is a healthcare surrogate. A healthcare surrogate names a surrogate who's going to make medical decisions on your behalf if for some reason you are alive and not able to make healthcare decisions on your own. The document is about 3 pages long, so it goes over a lot more than that. But right now what you need to start thinking about is, who would I want to make medical decisions for me? Obviously you have to pick someone that's kind of on the same wavelength as you are, and you have to keep in mind that there might be conflicts between your parents and your spouse and your siblings. So you have to kind of think about who really knows what I want, talk to them about what you want, and make sure they can go ahead and carry that torch for you if they need to. The second document that I think you need is a living will. Honestly, with what's happening right now in hospitals, I don't know if they're being used. I don't know how this is all carrying out right now, but I think it depends hospital per hospital, city by city. You know, we don't know, but all we can do is have the documents and hope they're used correctly, and hope that resources and doctors and bed space and ventilators are not so limited that we can't, have our rights be known. So the next document is a living will. So this is not a last will and testament, okay? A last will and testament is when you write down, who you are, all your assets, you say who you want to be your executor or personal representative, and it's a way to say who gets what from your stuff. That's not what a living will is. A living will is basically saying, if you have some type of condition that is terminal and you are not going to have a normal life, and at least 2 doctors agree, then you do not want your life artificially prolonged. If you don't want your life to be prolonged, then you sign this document, the living will, and someone will, kind of like the healthcare surrogate, will speak on your behalf, wave this paper and say this is not what they wanted. They wanted a normal life. They didn't want to be alive just for the sake of being alive. They wanted a different type of life, and then they will be able to make decisions. Why would you fill out a document like this? You fill out a document like this to help the people who are making decisions on your behalf so they know what to do. Because thank God I haven't been in this situation personally, but it must be gut-wrenching to have to decide to stop artificially prolonging someone's life, or to stop doing something that's going to cut someone's life short. That must be a huge burden to carry for someone. And what you're doing is you're telling them what you would have wanted, so it kind of relieves what they're going through right now, because I'm sure it's already a sense of mourning, a sense of loss, and then to have that guilt or wondering if you're making the right decision, that's really tough. So a living will is the second document that I think you need. Now, this third document, again, is going to vary from hospital to hospital, because I've heard that sometimes people can't even get into hospital rooms, but it's a document that allows visitation. And you want this in cases where you are not legally married, but for all intents and purposes outside of the law, this person is your spouse, but you're not legally married. So you want to make sure they have the authorization to come into the hospital and come to your hospital bed. And that's a authorization document. So those are some healthcare documents I think you need for you. There's other healthcare documents I think you need on behalf of your child, but I'll talk about those in another video. So stay well, everyone. If you have any questions, just reach out, comment. We will be looking to see who comments. Any questions, any ideas about future videos, just let us know. Find me at lorivella.com. Email me at info@lorivella.com. Thank you. Take care.